Hey guys, so this is actually what I was talking about in my other video, previous video, whatever you want to call it. And that is that about the credit wage gap. Um I'm actually kind of surprised that's actually not a bigger thing on the left or the feminist side, I should say. Whichever how you want to look at it. I kind of see them as one and the same sometimes. But because you normally need credit for anything, get a car, apartment, so on. And I just find it odd. But I don't know if it's because it's so easily debunked or not, but it's not like that stopped him before. I mean, look at the pay gap. But anyway, uh, I want to say I use the reason why I'm trusting the source that I'm going to use, except for the first one, which it says women lead to charge in I think it's in better credit scores. Millennial women do, is because Kaspersky was honestly just seeing this website as something similar to like eBay or Amazon. Every time I tried to open it, it would pop up the safe Windows mode and all. And it was basically like how to check your credit score, and it was just giving reasons as to why both genders have different credit scores, or yeah, different credit scores. Sorry. So I figured, okay, I had to shut off my Kaspersky to even record this freaking screen because every time I tried doing a screenshot, whether it be a snippet, share X, so on, it just gave me a blank screen. I tried using OBS to record it, it didn't trust it, or Kaspersky didn't let it. So I was like, okay, odds are this is more legitimate than some of the other stuff, than like creditcards.com, which just says how people felt as to whether or not their chances of getting a credit card or not. Which I don't care how people feel. I think creditcards.com even said that white people have more debt. Blacks I think have the least, and I think Hispanics have the most. Something no, that's the second most. I forget. But they're talking about the credit scores, and they're basically just trying to make it a race thing, which this website actually talks about. It doesn't say about race. It just talks about the credit and the debt and all that, and it explains that, or it just mentions why. Anyway, so the first one is going to be that men in general tend to have more debt but higher credit scores. I believe this. I know a guy who, him and his wife actually started a business, and he's like $700,000 in debt from the business, from starting that business. And they're technically in the 1% because of how much they pull in, but that's still quite a bit of debt for them to pull. And I think it's under, and he said his $7,000 debt, because I was joking with him about white privilege, even though he's like half Asian. But anyway, so as you can see, yeah, it's probably become like they're more willing to use it. You're more willing, especially because they want your money. If you're getting more in debt, the more you buy, obviously, the more money you're going to pay into it. That's kind of how I would imagine. Um, and it is the second one you're going to see is just talking about yes, men have more debt, and it actually talks about, you'll see above where it says that income is not a factor. So therefore, the whole my wage gap isn't an argument of, oh, well, because men tend to make more. Well, it's not a factor. Which is another thing why creditcards.com saying about, oh, because minorities don't make as much. No, you guys just got debunked on that one. At least according to this other one. And you guys just, go on my race card. So I don't already trust, creditcards.com. I'm sorry, but when you play the race card, I don't give a shit if it's my race or not. I'm going to have some distrust towards you. Oh yeah, guys, I'm using some weird big bulky control rather than the PS4 control. And yeah, I'm kind of. It has been a while since I played this game, so I'm kind of shit at playing. I just want to get that out of the way. Um, but anyway, another one is going to be coming on. Oh, what the hell? Another thing we're going to go on to is talking about is how women actually tend to have more collective accounts. I think it's like 5 or more, and I'm assuming they mean bank accounts. So, they're saying how the more collective accounts you have, the less you're gonna get in your credit and your credit. I'm sorry, I can't think right now. It's really freaking late. um, Am I anyway? So, I mean, that's already going to be a factor. And if it's saying like women tend to have 5 or more, as to where me, I have 2 bank accounts. I have 2 debit cards and 1 credit card, and I only use 1 debit card. Well, I use my one debit card to pay off the credit card, and I have a debit card that I put money into whenever I want to buy anything online. Why? Because I know people fucking steal your shit when you're online. So if they take it, they're only going to get, if they get my credit card number, or my debit card numbers, they're only going to get the amount of money that I have in that bank account, which might be, maybe $50, so I can go buy something that would have been like $48 or something like that, or whatever I might have to account for on shipping and handling. Doesn't really phase me that much. If I don't have a credit card in that bank, you ain't getting jack. And I guess the company, I live close to the bank, so I can be like, hey, I didn't open no damn credit card. Boom, done. Let's see. Got that covered. Okay, 5 or more. Sorry, guys. I know there's not a lot, but I tend to rant, which is why I'm doing the game footage thing. And also, like I said before, I figured to get something fun to look at. But yeah, so I think it was like this. Plus that 5 or more, like Jesus. Like I said, I'm assuming that's bank accounts. And I guess I believe it. I've seen women open up their purse, and I've seen I don't know how many freaking credit cards in there. I mean, I don't. No, because with the dude, normally just whips out his wallet and like I can look and I see credit cards, but I don't know. I guess technically having 3, I mean, there might be debit cards and I think they're credit cards. I don't know, but I think it's usually women with like the Target card and all that, which I don't have that crap. I guess maybe they mean like more credit cards. I'm sorry, it just says collective accounts, and they didn't really talk much about on that I saw. So I'm kind of speculating. So please forgive me for that one. And let's see. Oh, there's a part where it says that in some states, like I think it was 10% of men and women tend to have less than the whole 5 collective accounts, which I'm assuming they mean men then, because if women are more likely, then I imagine, unless that means like in general, like in some states, there's very few men as to where, I guess they're 10% overall, I guess I could see. But either way, that hurts your credit score. Your credit score and how much you're going to get and and how much money you're going to have on your credit. So it would be a factor of having all that. And then the last thing, which will be a little while before you guys get to see it, is, as I was saying before, the more debt you have, the better credit you get. Why? As I said, from what I assume, it's this guy's going to spend more money. He's going to go into debt. They probably obviously don't want you to go too far into debt, and they may not care. I mean, go into bankruptcy, government pays your shit, you pay back the government. They still get their money. They don't really care. Hurts your credit, but, whatever. Because, yeah, credit cards aren't as rare as they used to be like when I was a kid. Now, you got Capital One commercials, and they're sending you credit cards in the mail, or, applications to get a credit card in the mail and crap. What I don't know, but anyway. And plus, I assume they just mean, I don't know. That's probably also the whole thing why men might earn more. Part of it, because I don't know if it was in this take, guys. I'm sorry, I had to do a few takes. A buddy of mine started a business, and him and his wife did. And I was joking with him because even though he's half Asian, he's still half white. I was joking about his white privilege, and he was just laughing, called me a dick, and told me to say that to his $700,000 debt. And technically, they're under 1% because of how much they pull in. So I mean, that's quite a bit of money. I mean, that's quite a bit of debt. And if you're saying my, then that tells me he's the one who took that risk. I mean, maybe he does mean them, and it's just like saying my since I was talking to him. I couldn't say. I didn't. I was just more freaked out by that number. But anyway, so there you go. This is actually fairly easy. I went to a couple of websites such as creditcards.com, and a couple of others. And obviously, there's always just my race card and crap like that, or either race or gender or both. Like, the whole women that but Hispanic women. Oh, and black women. It's like, okay, just stop. Just at least give us the facts. Give us as factual as you can. Don't sit there and pander. And there's so much crap about the gender credit gap. It's just aggravating. But I want to cover that because one, I don't think too many people are talking about it. At least I haven't seen it too many. And I figured, hey, for all I know, this might be the next wage gap thing. Because even other people are starting to be like, hey, yeah, every time there's a debate about the wage gap, it's no, that's been debunked several times. And they even talk about the studies that debunked it. And even though feminists still insist, they kind of, you can see where they sometimes back off because they realize, like, oh, shit. But um, anyway, uh, that might be it as far as that. So, yeah, I guess I might talk about that. The hell? Uh, Sorry, guys. A friend of mine just messaged me, obviously, as you can tell. But um, yeah, I just find it funny that, one, I'm kind of surprised they're not trying to peddle that crap. Um, I don't know why they're not. I'm surprised they haven't. Like I said, maybe it's just that much more easily debunked than the pay gap because there's probably not as many variables. It's, oh, these are the reasons. Oh, well, what about their wage? Oh, well, that's not a factor. Oh, well, what about the race? Oh, that's not a factor. Legally, that can't be a factor. Oh, well, I think that's how they would go. I think they know that if they tried, that would be shut down in a heartbeat. Tell me, how do you guys like me being able to put a little bit more oomph when I talk into my videos? I hope it's good enough. Like I said, I'm trying. It's still not perfect, but at least I can do a little bit more. And there's a part of here the graph I forgot. Sorry guys, I'm literally watching this video as I record my voice because that's the way it makes me do it. It's Windows Movie Maker. And what is this one anyway? Let's see. Oh, okay. Just what is that? More? Yeah, it goes on about more debt, more credit, and just shows the just men and women. So, I mean, yeah, like I said, this seemed to be fairly unbiased. They didn't really mention anything about race or anything like that. Or it mentioned gender, but it didn't like, oh, well, this group and this group. It just simply said, oh, well, this is this. And then it left that hanging. And then it kind of did all this other stuff. And then finally said, oh, yeah, by the way, more debt, more credit. Which I kind of like that. But I didn't grow up. I used to watch a lot of Outer Limits. And I used to love how they would give you some kind of thing about morals, give you the entire like sci-fi version of, whatever the hell's going to happen. And at the end, they kind of help you seal it in. And I guess maybe I can't bash lefts too much on TV or TV shows and all that, but to me, it's like that was like Star Trek, a darker version of it. You can teach morals in an entertaining way and not be condescending, not be a dick, not be rude about it. Anyway, guys, I'm sorry. I know this one's kind of all over, but one, I want to give you guys some new footage, and I've had this game for I don't know how long, and then I heard they improved things to make it better because there was almost nobody playing because of the boycott. And I was one of the dumbasses who pre-ordered the premium edition, so I dropped that $80 because I loved the original Star Wars Battlefront 2. I was playing that even when there was almost nobody when the PS3 came out, and there was nobody on the PS2, and it was like me and sometimes if I was lucky, like 4 other guys because console that's all you could get. Just we were still having fun with it, just sometimes the 4 of us. And same thing with Battlefield. I played the hell out of that until finally the servers was just capture the flag, and me and anyone else, we didn't care about the flag. We were just killing each other. Well, you had that dick who would go play the damn flag and the game. Anyway, guys, please tell me what you think. Do you agree with me? Not agree with me? Do you actually have a better source, or do you happen to work at a bank or anything like that? Because if I'm wrong, I really want to know it. And this one, I've tried finding stuff. It's just kind of difficult for me. So yeah. Anyway, guys, I would really like your feedback. Hope this is a little enjoyable. Um, but yeah, like I said, it was just a kind of a quick one I wanted to do because I was like, oh, that's interesting. And God, I forgot what the hell I was researching when I found all this. Anyway, like I said, I'm not going to ask to subscribe because I do want to kind of earn that. I hope everyone does. But please at least like and comment. Let me know what you think on this. Better insight, anything. And like I said, if I'm wrong, I'm wrong. We don't have to agree. Even if it's debate, it's fine. Obviously, don't as long as it's not like name calling, just piece of shit, blah blah blah. Just give me good points. And you may not be able to source your link, but at least tell me how I can find it. And obviously, I'll look into it. Anyway, I hope you guys have a good one. Thanks to everyone who does watch. Thanks to everyone who has subscribed. It does mean a lot, especially as small as I am. And I hope to hear from you guys sometime. And if I don't respond to you, it's because I'm at work. I want to respond as soon as I can. I just cannot let people at my job know because that will lead to some pretty bad crap because I live in a pretty blue area. Anyway, you guys take care.